This is the MAXDONE A3 laminating machine. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the manual. They give you a corner rounder. If you wanted rounded corners, you could stick the edge of the paper in there and just do that. Paper chaff will be collected in the small container. They give you a bunch of different laminating sheets. They're different sizes here. You can see you have small ones, medium ones, large ones, extra large ones. They give you a cutter over here as well. You can slip whatever you want under that. There's ridges on each side, and then this just slides across and has a blade in it that will slice the paper. I'm going to show you that in a bit. And here, of course, is the laminator itself. This does cold and hot lamination. The pouches that are included here are for hot lamination. You can find cold laminating pouches out there. Why would you want to use cold versus hot? In case you have something that is heat sensitive. If you have a receipt, we've seen them nowadays, a receipt from a grocery store, a gas station, a convenience store, it's all on thermal paper, black and white like that. You've had them in the car, you left them on the seat, the sun bleached them out, that kind of thing. The heat might be able to damage that through there, so you do a cold lamination on that. But mainly you're going to be using the hot lamination, and for that, this is going to heat up in about 2 minutes or so, which isn't bad at all. Pretty quick. This handles up to A3 size paper. The opening here is 13 inches. So that will allow you to laminate things in the US typically up to tabloid or ledger size, which is 11 by 17, or two 8.5 by 11 sheets next to each other like that. Because 13 inches, remember, you have to leave just a little gap for the edge of the laminating sheet so it can seal. The paper itself is 13 inches. This is 13 inches. There just isn't room. So it has to be a little smaller, or if you print on a 13 by 19 and can just slice off the edges of that paper, then it will fit in a large laminating sheets like that and go through there. These are just a starter pack of lamination sheets. There are different ones out there, different thicknesses, depending on what you need. These will definitely get you started. The laminator itself has a switch here, cold or hot lamination. You just put it to whatever direction you need. Cold, it's ready instantly. Hot, like I said, does need to heat up. Slide your paper in the front, it comes out the back, and on the back is this ABS lever. It's not ABS brakes like on a car. What it does is there are rollers inside that get hot on the hot lamination and squeeze everything together. This relieves the tension on it, so in the event of a jam, which is rare, you'd pull on that and then you can release whatever got stuck in there. So as you can see, I have a very, very important document that I want to laminate. What I'm going to do is cut this down just so I can demonstrate the cutter for you. Let's go and run this all the way. I guess I should do it the other way. That would just make a little bit more sense, like that. And we'll go about here. My surface here, unfortunately, is not completely flat, but we'll give it a shot and see. That worked a treat. That's not a problem at all. We'll go ahead and cut off the edges here. That worked great as well. And get this just kind of squared up, if you will. The cutter really does work pretty well. It's rather surprising that, you know, just a really simple device like that, that quick and easy. You know, if you need to just trim stuff before you go ahead and laminate it. I'm not looking for perfection, but I think that's going to be just fine right there. So we'll take that little paper out, and we're ready to laminate. So I'm going to get the machine plugged in and we'll get going. Okay, we're all set here, so I'm going to turn the machine on and let it heat up. Shows red for now, the indicator over there. and we'll go green when it's ready. I did a little more trimming because I only want the really, really important parts of this document. Besides, it'll actually fit this laminating pouch quite well. So that was the other reason. Now, the corners on this pouch are actually a little rounded as it is. So I'm not going to bother that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round over the corners of the actual paper. Now, it doesn't make sense because the rounded corners in there, it might just make it look a little bit better. But the way it works basically is you just stick the thing in there, and right like that, you have, in fact, I'll show you against the black so you can see how it rounds the corner over, which is real nice. Let's do the next corner here. You have to get it right in like that, and there you go, a nice rounded corner. So let's go ahead and hit the last corners while we're waiting for the machine to heat up, and there we go, nicely rounded. So we'll set that aside, and then you go and put the item in the laminating pouch. It's going to open at one end or another. You got to just play with it and see where it wants to open. There it is, and you'll notice that one side is hinged. You see like that? It's hinged. So we want to place this in here. I'll try to do it as straight as possible. I mean, you know, you want things nice. Sometimes you can't have nice things, but in this case we can. So we'll do that. That's close enough, at least for a test. Not too bad. It's a little off. We'll play with that. And I wanted to point out one other thing, because you will see a flaw in this, and it's not a fault of the machine. It happens to be a fault of this particular pouch. Hopefully you can see it with the way the light is reflecting. I don't know if I can get a good place, but there's like a little divot in the pouch and maybe another one there. With all of my rambling on, we are ready to laminate. So we're all set. I'll move this over here just so it's easier for you to see. Go along the edge. Always feed the hinged side in first. And it'll grab it. And then you just wait. This feeds at a rate of 355 millimeters per minute. Okay, what does that mean for the US? You get about an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in a little under a minute is what it means. It's never a fast process. This is pretty quick as it is. It's one of the faster ones I've seen, but it does take time because it has to let that heat soak in. And just that fast, we're done. Completely laminated. We have our rounded corners. Everything is right there, perfect, ready to go. This is scratch proof. It's waterproof. It won't as easily fade in the sun or anything like that. You can bend it. If you fold it, you'll put a crease in the plastic, but the paper is absolutely sealed in there and will be pretty much impervious to damage. You cannot tear it either, so you'll just put a ripple in it if you try, just like that, and that's it. All around, that worked absolutely fantastic. Now, this is hot. It's not hot to the touch. I got my hands on it. It's just warm, but you want to let it cool. If you're going to keep it in the box, you know, let it cool. Just be safe about it. So turn it off, leave it 10-15 minutes. Everything will be good. And otherwise, that's really it. Seemed to work great. Nice and fast. They give you all the laminating pouches, the corner rounder, the paper cutter, which is really nice for a couple of quick trims on stuff that you want to laminate, and you end up with some pretty nice results in the end with the MAXDONE A3 Laminator. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.